What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Real Frame Reviews. I'm Scott, and today we're reviewing Eli Roth's newest film, Death Wish. Death Wish stars Bruce Willis and Vincent D'Onofrio, along with Dean Norris and Elizabeth Shue, and is about Bruce Willis is a surgeon and lives in a nice, ritzy neighborhood. Well, someone figures out that he lives in this neighborhood and decides to rob his home when he's not there. His wife is then shot dead, and his daughter is put in a coma. And he feels like the cops are not doing their jobs well enough or quick enough to find the culprits. So he takes matters into his own hands and buys a gun and goes out and murders a bunch of people. This film is put in sort of the calendar year where all the trash is usually dumped. February to early March is usually where this stuff is placed, and I don't think this is a wrong spot for this movie. This movie is a remake of sorts to the Charles Bronson classic, I guess you could say. But this movie has zero themes, and the tones in this movie are just shifting all over. In the beginning, they talk about, concealing the weapons and being a homeowner without any guns and not having guns around. And then you see the shift where Bruce Willis decides to take his chances with his own weapons and goes out and shoots some people, injuring himself because he doesn't know how to use the weapon. But it's really a big separation with what it's trying to say as far as guns on this side and guns on this side of the board. You don't really know where they really come down to because it's Bruce Willis, and they don't want a crappy ending. Eli Roth doesn't really take a big chance with the ending in this movie. Aside from the tone, I think the writing is pretty atrocious in the beginning. It starts off very, very, very slowly. It's actually kind of spooky and awkward the way that this family sort of communicates. It's not good acting at all. And there is a moment where Elizabeth Shue is pleading for her daughter's safety, and it is just the most unconvincing POS you'll probably see this year. Death Wish doesn't, like I said, it doesn't go beyond what we already know Death Wish as a movie. It's a vigilante going out there and doing vigilante justice. And what this movie does is basically just patch in people on the radio talking about, oh, I fall on this side of it, I fall on this side of it. It's like they don't really tell you a choice or say or push you in a certain direction. And that can happen. I mean, that to me is something that is lacking in this film, because if they do something like that, then at least you're going to have some sort of emotional reaction. If you're for guns and you're for vigilante justice, well, then all of a sudden now you're saying, yes, I'm on board with this movie. If you're against it, at least then you're pushed to see and hear the views of the other side when it comes to the issue. And you don't really see that. It a lot of things happen where you think the cops would be able to piece it together a little bit better, and they end up going down a wrong turn here and a wrong turn there and a wrong turn there and here a turn, here there a turn, everywhere a turn, and it's kind of boring when when Bruce Willis is not fighting. I was joking after watching the actual previews for this and saying, oh, there's another squinty-eyed performance from Bruce Willis. That look that he gets when he's just like, he doesn't know what's going on, and it's like, okay, this is kind of bizarre. Like, you once knew Bruce Willis as a pretty good action star, and there are some great action scenes in this film, but as far as that, they just don't. I mean, the dialogue sequences, the way they have to show emotion and care towards each other, it doesn't make sense. And it's really, really awkward. And there's this moment where Bruce Willis goes to Texas to bury his wife, and then it just turns into this thing about poachers, and the dad is like shooting at these guys, and it's like, what the hell is going on here? Like, I don't really understand why that had to be in there. Look, when it comes down to it, even if you were going, I was at least hoping just to get some good action sequences in this film. And there's a lot of dragging in this movie. The beginning is very slow. I mean, Eli Roth does some cool tracking shots in the hospital, but really, there's not much that goes on outside of that. And then when Bruce Willis does go on his, vigilante, uh, you know, adventures, they're very short scenes. The ending sequence is okay. I didn't mind it. There was a whole big. It looked like they were setting you up for a whole Saw twist, and it didn't really feel like that happened. And and then there was a stupid subplot of Dean Norris's. If you don't know who that is, he's Hank from, or no, who's oh, he's the brother-in-law cop in Breaking Bad. I want to say Hank, but I think that's the main guy. Maybe it's Hank. I don't remember. But anyways, of him, he can't have gluten or something. They tell you this twice in the movie, and it's this subplot, and at the end, it just is supposed to be some big joke, and it's like, dude, you missed it, way off. Death Wish is a movie that you shouldn't even just go and see. Just wait for the weekend. Some other big names are coming out. Marvel moved up Infinity Wars, so you got that to look forward to come late April. But yeah, stay away from Death Wish. It's not that great. It's not very good action sequences. There's not very good dialogue between the characters. There's not any camaraderie between the characters. There's one sequence which Vincent D'Onofrio and Bruce Willis have a decent conversation and actually seem like they care for each other. But other than that, no. I'm giving it 1.5 out of 4 stars for Death Wish. Let me know what you thought about it. Tweet at me, SCOTTNIEMI2, and let me know if you saw this movie, if you're going to see this movie. If you are, good luck. I hope you're not paying full price for it. Go on a Tuesday if you really have to see it. Eli Roth has just been sort of disappointing since we saw him come out of Cabin Fever way, way back in the day. So thank you guys for watching. See you later.